The reason I'm making this video is because I just finished most of my midterms and I want to make a montage video for PSO2 because PSO2 is the game I like playing. It's one of the top games I like to play right now, besides other MMORPGs, and I thought it would be a cool idea to bring the community together that also plays PSO2 to record their characters and show their characters off to the community. I posted a tweet about this earlier about bringing the community together for the montage video I plan on making, and I hope this project turns out well. So, without further ado, let's get started. So if you're recording and then all you see is like your user interface and then all you see is this chat over here, right? And if you want to hide it, there's this option here that says change display mode, and if you hit this, it will just completely hide it and you won't be able to see anything while you're in combat if you're fighting or anything else, right? And then if you want to type or send something to chat in your alliance or whatever, group chat, party chat, anything, you can just type, hit enter, and then it'll just hide again while your message is still sent. Okay, so you know when you're in combat and you see all these numbers flying around and seeing how much damage you dealt or how much damage you've taken or healed, there is a way to turn that off. If you go to your settings, go to game settings, and then go to text display in your game settings tab. It should be the third tab. All of these, player character, party members, other characters, everything, you can set it to hide so you won't be seeing any numbers pop up on the screen. Okay, so let's say because I mentioned that the damage numbers that were popping up on the screen, right? And it's set to large as default. So if you hit OK here, and then if you attack, you'll see numbers popping up. The reason why I want this off is that way when you're fighting, and then if you want to record yourself doing like any sort of combos or any photon arts or whatever like that, these numbers won't pop up as long as your settings turn off. So if you turn these off now, set it to hide. So if we hit someone or hit something, fight something, the numbers won't even pop up. So that's one thing to keep in mind, that if you record your character in combat, please have your number text hidden. So if you want to record cutscenes from the story, you can go into the quest counter.
Which quest are you up for?
Go to story quests. I want to limit it to chapter 5 because that's the most recent update we got in global at the moment. There are quite a lot of cutscenes in here that you can record off of from. Like if you want to record your character first wandering around in the Omega world or whatever, or your character activating the Buster Tower with the photons or whatever, or anything else like that. Your character fighting Euclida, you can do so. So it's really up to you, and try to keep it only chapter 5. To adjust your camera angle or adjust your lighting, hit escape on your keyboard. Go to personal data, your fourth icon. Go to quick menu. Select camera and lights. From here you can choose to adjust your camera to any of your liking. So let's say change angle to whatever you so choose, or whatever you want. You want it close, far, or in any angles that you want, 90 degrees, 60 degree, whatever. For custom lighting, don't worry about it. I want to try to make this as free as possible, so try to use the cameras to your advantage. So when you save your video as an MP4 video format, as it will help me with my video editing, make things easier. Alright, to summarize what we've gone so far, first is to hide the chat box window. You can hover your mouse over to the chat window, the far right icon on the top right, which will say change display mode when you hover over it. Click on that and it will hide the chat box for you, and it will help you for your recording. Next is to hide damage output numbers, where if it's dealing damage or taking damage or healing for a certain amount of HP, all that sort of stuff. Next is story cutscenes. I'm taking cutscenes only related to chapter 5 because we don't have chapter 6 the global version right now, and chapter 5 is the only one we have so far. Next is camera settings. Use the camera settings that's already built in game to your advantage. Don't worry about premium. You don't have to use the premium camera sets. I know there's one for camera lighting, but you don't have to worry about that. So yeah. And then the last but not least, the video has to be in an MP4 format. If it's in any other file formats, I won't take it. So when you submit your clips, I'll have a link down in the description below. Make sure it's in an MP4 format and include your IGN, and then I'll have your IGNs listed in the description. Alright, I feel a coffee kicking in, and it's time to burn this energy. I'll see you guys next time.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh, pray birthday!